everyone, my name is Mia Young and I'm the lifestyle coordinator at the Overture in Frisco, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make some do-it-yourself or DIY photo coasters. What I am going to use for the coaster portion is porcelain tiles. I got these from Home Depot. They were about 64 cents a tile, and these are 4.25 by 4.25. So just the regular bathroom tiles. You can get however many you want to make. There's not like a set amount for a set of coasters, so it's up to you depending on which pictures. I did get some prints from Walgreens. So I've got a stack of different kinds of pictures here that I'm gonna use for the coasters. Got a glue stick, because I'm gonna glue the picture onto each tile because I have to center it since the pictures are 4x4 and these are 4.25 by 4.25. I also got these bumpers. So they're like clear circular bumpers that you can stick to the back of the tiles. I'm gonna put one on each corner of each tile. This is a pack of 40 that I got from Michael's for about $6. So it's not that expensive, just so that the tile doesn't scratch the wood that you place it on. And if I'm not more careful, I'm gonna end up breaking one of these. I am going to be using resin. The one that I got, I found from Michael's as well. It's a high gloss finish resin, and you do just pour it on. For that, it's gonna be a little bit more difficult because it's a two-part resin process. So you just have to follow the instructions that come with the resin. I mean, perfectly, otherwise you might have some soft spots, but I'm just gonna be doing a thin coating of it, so it shouldn't be that difficult, and it should take a little bit less longer or a little bit less time to dry. Just in case there are bubbles, I did get straws because if there are bubbles in the resin, they will dry that way. So you want to make sure right whenever you pour that it's as smooth as possible, and you can blow the bubbles out if that's the case. I've never really had a problem with bubbles with resin, but I heard with this type of product, it's very possible. So I just got them just in case. I'm going to be putting down some plastic wrap on top of some aluminum foil before I use the resin. And then I'm gonna use these cups to place the tile on top of. That way, if the resin spills over, the cup won't stick to the tile once it dries. It does take about 24 to 48 hours to dry completely. Sometimes it can take 72 hours. It just kind of depends on the product and how thin the coating of the resin is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and start prepping the tiles, and by prepping them, I mean going ahead and sticking on the bumpers and also gluing on the pictures to each tile. And once I have finished that and I get started with using the resin, I will come back. Hello everyone, I am back, and I've already poured resin on one of the coasters, and it looks very, very good, by the way. So I'm going to show you guys how I did it. And how to get the best turnout with using the resin. That's what's in this cup. I've mixed up the resin with the hardener. So now I'm gonna go ahead and start pouring little by little. I did just glue with the glue stick, glued the picture down onto the tile as good as I can get it. So we can get started. So I'm just doing a little bit at a time. I do start in the center of the tile. You don't want it to be too thick, so I do just like a little dot. And I use the popsicle stick to go ahead and start spreading throughout the coaster. And I will say, as far as bubbles go with resin, it is very, very easy to get them out with this product that I am using. And I will show you guys how I do it. Using the popsicle stick, there aren't many bubbles anyway. But and if you get some that go over the sides, you just scrape it out along the sides. it's literally just pour a little more if you need to. Okay. You want to make sure that you go down on each side with the popsicle stick so that you can make sure that the resin levels out on the sides as well and makes it a little bit smoother. Cosmetically, it does look and feel better when the resin dries. So and then if you've got, you know, it's a little bumpy, that's fine. We're gonna be able to go ahead and smooth everything out. But you just wanna make sure that you get the whole coaster covered. And kind of smooth it out a little bit. If it falls over, that's perfectly fine. That's why we have the aluminum foil underneath so that we can prevent the resin from getting all over. I'm just gonna pour a little bit more on the top. We got a couple of spaces that need to be smoothed over, but so far so good. It can get very messy if you're not careful though. I'm going over the corners as well. And then just kind of, you know, give it a once over. Make sure that you're not missing any spots. And I'm missing a couple right here. So now that I've got the resin all over, I do notice quite a few bubbles. So I am going to go ahead and use my straw, which just kind of centralizes where the bubbles, or where the air goes so that you can pop the bubbles out. And I mean, literally, it takes just a few seconds after you put the resin on there for all of the bubbles to be popped. I kid you not. It does not take as long as the original recipe said that it does take. So let's get started. Okay. And you don't need to blow too hard. You know, it's okay to just be a very soft, you know, blow. And the bubbles do rise after a certain amount of time. Once they rise, it's easier for them to be popped. And if you want a thicker coaster and you're doing more than one coat of resin, I would definitely do this between coats. I am back 24 hours later. These tiles look so good. It looks professional grade. I mean, no lumps. There are no bubbles. It's so smooth. I mean, no splotches around the edges. It looks like a professional grade picture tile. And I mean, the high gloss resin that was used just makes it that much more shiny. And it only took 24 hours to dry. Some people say it takes 48 and some people say it takes 72, but it is completely dry. I may wait a little bit before I place like a cup with liquid on it or anything like that, but I mean, I give myself an A++. So let me know how your guys' coasters end up turning out. Please let us know if you have any additional questions about anything. And again, I am the lifestyle coordinator at the Overture in Frisco. So feel free to reach me if you do have questions about anything in the video. Thank you guys so much for watching.